Debt doesn't happen all at once. It happens one signature at a time, one missed payment at a time, one "I'll figure it out later" at a time, until later becomes now, and now looks nothing like you planned. Level 1. The first signature. It starts with a pen. You don't think about it much, it's just a signature, one line on one page. The number looks manageable, the monthly payment sounds fine. You do the math in your head and it adds up. Barely, but it adds up. You need the money. That's the only truth that matters right now. Maybe it's a student loan. Maybe it's a car. Maybe it's a credit card with a $1,500 limit and a smiling rep on the other end of the phone telling you it's a great first step to building credit. You sign. You don't feel the weight yet. That comes later. Right now, it feels like access, like a door opening. You walked in with nothing and you're walking out with something. You tell yourself you'll pay it off early. You mean it. You have no idea what you just started. Level 2. The juggle. 3 accounts now, maybe 4. You manage them the way you manage everything, 1 week at a time. Pay the minimum here, shift a balance there. Use one card to buy groceries because you already used the other one for rent. You're not behind. That's what you tell yourself. You're not behind. But you're not ahead either. The interest is quiet. That's the thing nobody warns you about. It doesn't announce itself. It just compounds silently every month while you sleep, while you work, while you tell yourself you're handling it. You start checking your bank account less, not because things are fine, but because looking at it makes your chest tighten. You avoid the number. The number grows. Avoidance is the first payment you make to debt, and you make it on time every single month. Level 3. The rationalization. You put $2,400 on a card you swore you'd only use for emergencies. But this was an emergency. Car repairs, a medical bill, a plane ticket home because someone needed you. You had no choice. Except last month it was a work conference. The month before that, a laptop you needed for the side hustle that was supposed to fix all of this. You've stopped distinguishing between needs and decisions. Everything feels urgent when you're already underwater. Every purchase gets its own justification. You're good at this now, building the case in your head before the receipt even prints. You tell people you're investing in yourself. You're not investing, you're financing. Total balance, $11,800 across 5 accounts. You don't add them up out loud. You haven't in months. The individual numbers feel survivable. The total does not. Level 4. The shift. The first time you miss a payment, it's an accident. The second time, it isn't. You had the money, it was just the rent was due, the phone bill was past due, the car payment couldn't wait, so the credit card waited. You double up next month. You don't double up next month. Now the calls start. Automated at first, then real people. Voices that are professionally calm but carry something underneath, a patience that isn't kind. They've done this 1,000 times. They already know how this goes. You let it go to voicemail. Then you stop listening to the voicemails. Your credit score drops 43 points in 1 month. You check it once, feel sick, and decide not to check it again for a while. You go to work, you come home, you eat dinner. You don't talk about it. You're not irresponsible, you're exhausted. There's a difference. But the debt doesn't care about the difference. Level 5. The spiral. You take out a personal loan to pay off the credit cards. It works for about 6 weeks. Then the cards are back, slowly at first, just small charges, things you needed. But the minimum payments on the loan are higher than you expected, and the cards were right there and you needed to eat. Total debt, $28,000. You did the math once at 2 a.m. sitting on your kitchen floor. You didn't sleep that night. You start researching debt consolidation at midnight, then debt settlement, then bankruptcy. You close the tabs before you finish reading. Not yet. Not yet. Your relationship starts absorbing the pressure. Not fights, it's quieter than that. It's short answers, separate accounts, a topic no one brings up at dinner because last time it didn't end well. You're not the same person you were when you signed that first paper. You don't know exactly when you changed, but you did. The version of you that thought this was manageable doesn't exist anymore. Level 6. The breaking point. The letter comes on a Tuesday. It's from a collections agency, not the original lender. They sold your account. You are now a number in someone else's ledger. They paid pennies for your debt, and they will collect every dollar. There's a court date on the paper. You sit with it for a long time. The apartment is quiet. Everything you own, the furniture, the car, the things you bought with money you didn't have, feels suddenly borrowed, conditional, like it could be itemized. You call a bankruptcy attorney. The consultation is free. You sit across from a man who has heard everything and reacts to nothing. He walks you through the numbers with the detachment of someone reading a weather report. Chapter 7, Chapter 13. He explains the difference. You listen. You take notes. You feel something loosen in your chest. Not relief exactly, more like the last resistance leaving your body. You file. Total dischargeable debt, $41,300. You've never said that number out loud before. Now a stranger says it for you, in a courtroom, with no emotion at all.
Level 7. The silence after.
Bankruptcy is not the end. That's the thing nobody tells you while it's happening. It's a pause, a hard reset. But you wake up the next morning and the world is still there. You still need to eat. You still need to work. Your name is still your name. What's different is this. The noise stops. No more calls, no more letters, no more mental arithmetic at 3 a.m., moving debt from one column to another, looking for a number that works. The silence is disorienting at first. You've been carrying something so long that putting it down feels wrong. You get a secured card, $300 limit. You use it for gas and you pay it off in full every month like it's the most important thing you've ever done. Because right now, it is. You build a budget, a real one, not the optimistic version you used to make in your head, but the brutal, honest, uncomfortable one. Every dollar gets a name. Every month gets reviewed. You stop performing stability. You start building it. It's slow. It's unglamorous. You won't post about it. Nobody celebrates the month you finally have a $400 emergency fund after years of having nothing. But you do. Quietly. Privately. The first savings goal you hit in 2 years feels like something you can't explain to anyone who's lost everything. Level 8. The other side. You don't talk about this period of your life much. Not because you're ashamed. You moved through that somewhere around year 2. You don't talk about it because language doesn't quite hold it. The person who signed that first paper, who avoided the voicemails, who sat on a kitchen floor adding up numbers that didn't add up, that version of you feels distant, not erased, just far away. Your credit score is 694. It was 490 2 years ago. You check it every month now, not with dread, with interest. You have $7,000 in savings. It took 19 months to build. You haven't touched it. It exists for the specific purpose of existing, so you never again have to make a decision from desperation. Debt taught you one thing nobody else could. Money is emotional before it is mathematical. Every bad financial decision you ever made started with a feeling: fear, shame, scarcity, the desperate need to appear fine. The numbers were just the symptoms. You understand the system now, not the way someone reads about it, the way someone survives it. You're not wealthy. You're not free in the way the internet sells freedom, but you sleep. You actually sleep. And that, after everything, is worth more than you can calculate. Somewhere tonight, someone is filling out a loan application. The number looks manageable. The monthly payment sounds fine. They do the math in their head and it adds up. Barely, but it adds up. They need the money.
That's the only truth that matters right now. Maybe it's a student loan. Maybe it's a car. Maybe it's a credit card with a $1,500 limit and a smiling rep on the other end of the phone telling you it's a great first step to building credit. You sign. You don't feel the weight yet. That comes later. Right now, it feels like access, like a door opening. You walked in with nothing and you're walking out with something. You tell yourself you'll pay it off early. You mean it. You have no idea what you just started.